Our report has found that students could face higher repayments on their tuition fee loans following government miscalculations over education reforms. The new figures come from the independent think tank HEPI, or the Higher Education Policy Institute. When passing the reforms in 2011, following sustained protests largely from unions and student bodies, the government said it would save £1.3 billion a year. HEPI argues that miscalculations could cost the country over £1 billion a year, nearly wiping out the proposed savings. But the question is, how were these reforms allegedly miscalculated, and what impact will they have on our higher education system? The government based the 2011 reforms on the prediction that the average tuition fee would increase to £7,500 per year. The report cites other recent estimates that give the actual figure at over £8,200 per year. It is important to remember that tuition fees and the loans to cover these fees affect the rate of inflation in the UK. A rise in inflation would mean a rise in state payouts, like benefits and pensions. HEPI also claimed that the government has miscalculated the amount that will be recovered from loan repayments. Firstly, the government estimated that 30 years after graduating, the average male would be earning £100,000 a year. This has been revised to just over £75,000. The report says this is still too high, but is a move in the direction of greater realism. Additionally, more graduates may repay their loans quicker, reducing the amount of interest they pay. HEPI also says the government assumes a graduate's opportunity for career progression will be the same as it was in the last few decades. However, more recently, the number of graduates has increased, and so has competition for promotions and pay rises. But how reliable is this report? We spoke to the Financial Times education correspondent Chris Cook to find out.
So what the really important thing to remember about this is that the IFS have produced their own independent model working out what they think the numbers are, and they come to basically the same number as the government. And I know that HEPI say that's not true, and they split hairs about it, but the IFS and the Treasury both think that their numbers are still roughly right. And the HEPI report is an outlier. If it is not the consensus view, none of us really know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll be right, maybe they won't. But, I mean, it's a punt as much as the government's. And the government's punt is roughly the same as the IFS's punt. So it doesn't seem unreasonable. That's sort of where we are.
It must be stressed that both HEPI and the government's figures are based on estimates. The real cost of Britain and its students will not be known for at least 5 years.